is Matt. I'm the Chief Commercial Officer for Flat Club. We're a marketplace for booking medium-term accommodation, and I'm going to tell you how non-developers can test beta product features with Google Apps. Good, so in our example, we run a marketplace for accommodation for medium-term stays. And we found that a common situation was that our suppliers, and especially our new potential suppliers, wanted to know, what type of guest demand we were seeing and what we had coming in. And on the flip side of it, our guests were often just wanting to ask us for what was available or what could be available. So basically, they didn't have any time, and they wanted us to just kind of provide them with a list of options for accommodation that they can book. So we wanted to see if we could better match the two instead of in a typical marketplace where you search through listings and look for something to book. And we thought we could accomplish the two goals, which was proving to the suppliers that we had a lot of demand coming in, and then meet the goal for the guests, which is that they just wanted to get options sent to them. They didn't want to take the time to actually look for something. So our method for testing this out was to do everything via very basic forms, spreadsheets, and email. We had already been collecting the guest searches and that criteria. We needed budget to actually facilitate a supplier making an offer. So we set up a basic form, asked the guests that were incoming to just instead of searching to fill out the form, say what they were looking for, their ideal budget. We set up the form so that it automatically populated a sheet. And when we had enough requests to look pretty good for the suppliers, we sent out just copied and pasted the table, put it right into an email, and sent it to our group. And we did this to an initial batch of about 200 suppliers, and got the highest engagement rate we had ever had on anything that we had done so far on the product. We had the call to action in the email was just to reply with the bid and your offer, and a link to the property that you wanted to send them, which was quickly unmanageable. So we did iteration 2 of the Cloud App system. So we did another form just where the suppliers could see all of the requests ID'd on a sheet that they themselves were looking at right in the cloud, and then they went to the form and put in the ID and then put in the same information. So that facilitated our process of back in the other way. The offers came into a sheet, we sent it out to the guests, and then brought them back into the website by opening up a communication thread. And it was probably we did this over about two weeks of really getting the language that we wanted to use correctly, the information that we needed to collect correctly, the format of the information that we needed to present correct. And then we started to build a beta product. And the progression from doing that system, interacting with our suppliers, to the first, second, and third, and now kind of present iterations of the product was something that everyone really liked and were very impressed by. So there's a couple benefits for non-developers to use out-of-the-box cloud tools to test beta products. The first one is that they are very easy for your customers to understand. So if you are testing a product concept or a new process that you want to do with your existing user base using things like spreadsheets and forms and just communication on email, anyone on your team can execute the project. Your customers can understand what's going on very easily. They can feed back to you immediately. And then when it comes time to build, your non-development team can have a much more productive conversation with your development team. And at the end of really doing some testing, the non-development team has come up with a system and a series of processes that can be directly translated into the product. The other benefit is that when you start on that level with your customers, they're going to be very impressed as you move up the product development cycle and then give them something that looks a lot better.